This is it. I told myself this is what my life had been missing. Everything was perfect.
This is a conspiracy.
At least,
Yep.
that's what I wanted people
Certainly
to think.
not perfect. There's a lot of sick people
The
out
world
there
of
have
self-development
no
had
idea what
changed
to
many
do.
things for me, but there were some glaring issues.
Yeah.
Issues that I had to come face to face with. And let this video be a warning to those of you that are looking to improve your life or situation wherever you're at.
Get into the pickup arts.
And this stuff is even stranger.
Defined, because the pickup arts is not going away from your life for quite some time, or at least you're not going to leave this art form for the next few years.
If you don't correct the reason why they're in pain in the first place, they're just going to go back to where they were before.
Yeah.
That is a clear clinical deficiency that you can get brain damage from.
Yeah.
That's the operating levels of the majority. That's it.
Welcome back to NutriRebel, making integrative ideas great again. This time we're redoing a video we previously made dealing with the toxic world of self-help, and there's much of these topics out there, especially with these pickup artists. And there's the Manosphere, and there's people like Mystery Method and other content producers that appeal to desperate men, and they make them think that women are the epitome of everything in the world, and they think that that's going to magically solve your problems for some reason. It's just a bizarre. It's kind of like a cult, but there's many cults out there.
Many times people are told when things are going bad that they need to look at the bright side and be optimistic. That's
Delusional.
what we call toxic positivity.
Yeah.
Church of the Retransfiguration.
The religions, yeah. And then this.
You need someone brought to Jesus? Or to you? And who is this lost soul, this sinner unrepentant?
If you're in a dark place and you're looking to get out of it, you can be susceptible to certain problems. Self-development has a nice lure to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, problems like conditioning or brainwashing. And you fall victim. Many people fall victim to lots of things looking for answers, especially religions. Not to say it's entirely bad. I would say religions are probably, it's hard to say. It depends how far you go with it. Some people just use it for meditating. Others go way overboard and think that all the problems are going to magically be solved.
A world of people trying to be better versions of themselves. A world where you take control over your life and decisions. A world that makes you feel like you're making progress.
And then there's this guy
To
again.
know the 5
Mystery Method.
attraction switches that exist in every woman ubiquitously?
Really bizarre.
Come to
Guys, a lot of you guys think
Do these guys look healthy to you? They don't look healthy to me.
you need to be more attractive to women. I'm going to tell you
this is
something
really
really quickly,
bizarre.
because I'm coming down to the wire here. Guys, you don't need to be attractive to women. I'm probably the thinnest I've been since I was 20 years old, by about 20 kilos. And I still consider myself probably heavier than most girls would choose.
The truth is, what women want is a person who is self-accepting,
How does he know that? All of
likes
them?
himself,
Oh
likes
my,
women.
this is
In
bizarre.
particular, is interested in her.
Very large generalizations. Similar things with the toxic positivity people. A guy named Robbins. There's all kinds of these. They just think positive type thing, and they're not talking about the individual. Checking the individualized biochemistry of the body as well. Like it's just crazy. They appeal to the masses to make lots of money
And is comfortable
for themselves.
leading her to the things and experiences she craves, ideally without having to ask her what those are.
69% of the time, men are portrayed in
Yeah.
the media in a negative light as buffoons, pedophiles,
Well,
perverts.
that's what
And
they're
message
advertising
is this
themselves
sending
as.
to people across the United States. I mean, to
Reduction rates for
men.
men are a big part of the $2.4
Yeah.
billion dating industry.
Yeah.
Prices ranging from about $1,000 up
Yeah.
to $2,500 plus food and drink.
If you don't correct the reason why they're in pain in the first place,
Yes,
they're just
correct.
going to go back to where they were before.
Yeah.
Because the average person is sick. The average person is unwell. And so a lot of people are actually nutritionally deficient and they don't even realize it. Right? Here in Australia, if you get your B12 checked, the reference range generally is around 160 to 620, 630. Yeah. And that's normal. Okay, so that's a normal range. Though, right? Below 400, you get neurological damage and demyelination of your nerve cells. Yeah. So how is that normal? Yeah, it's right. So 400 to 160, that is severe deficiency. That is a clear clinical deficiency that you can get brain damage from.
I'll go back to this Johnny Soporno guy. I met somebody in another country about maybe 11 years ago. Big long story, but he introduced me to these ideas, and I thought it was strange back then also. But that guy I ran into, he was trying to get me to go to this guy's boot camp, and they were charging like $5,000 or something, and they're promising to magically self-improve yourself by listening to this guy's suggestions. It's merely most of it is merely psychological reinforcements, and that's a similar thing you get from psychologists. They're not talking about the biochemistry of the body like this stuff is here. It's a bizarre world that we're living in.
If I told you once,
And so a lot of
I've
people
told
are
you
actually
1,000
nutritionally
times.
deficient and they don't even realize it.
That's
Here
correct.
in Australia, if you get your B12 check, the reference range generally is around 160 to 620, 630.
Yeah.
And that's normal. Okay, so that's a normal range. Though, right? Below 400, you get neurological damage and demyelination of your nerve cells. Yeah. So how is that normal? Yeah, it's right. So 400 to 160, that is severe deficiency. That is a clear clinical deficiency that you can get brain damage from. And that's the operating levels of the majority. That's it.
And when have you ever looked at your blood work to see if that's enough, that's all you need? And all the symptoms you're presenting with, you don't wait for a disease to present itself. There's all kinds of subclinical symptoms. Wrinkles, slow thinking, no quick wit, no sense of humor.
Is to alleviate symptoms of disease, and occasionally we might be successful in curing them. But considering the many years of data, investigation, and research, we still have diseases in the middle ages with no cure.
Nutritional psychology is a multidisciplinary biopsychosocial approach which integrates psychological, behavioral, gastrointestinal, neurological, and nutritional sciences. It's a really exciting field. It goes beyond the individual and does look at the larger context of society, for example, the role of weight stigma, diet culture, etc. All the things that contribute to one's cognitive processes around food.
I'm going to talk about this movement of the 1970s and the 1980s. That was inspired by Nobel Prize-winning scientist Linus Pauling, who was the father and author of orthomolecular psychiatry. Now, what is orthomolecular psychiatry? The many things he talked about, we're doing it now. You can say he was the Tesla of medicine. He was years ahead of us, but yet he was neglected.
And these are the types of things he speaks about. The vitamins and minerals, proteins, all the foundational elements of your body. When do you ever get these things checked? Well, you can get them checked for free or low cost here. If you can't afford it, you can go here. The point is, the recap of this video, there's many toxic positivity gurus out there, and they're mainly selling books and all kinds of seminars, and it's just unbelievable. And people fall for this stuff, just like they fall for religions and other kinds of cults. Not to say they're all entirely bad, or I'm not demonizing them. However, it's not attacking the individual reasons why we're feeling and having these problems, making decisions, why all these problems are showing up. You have to look at your body like a botanist would a plant. And this is a part of my other videos. Check out my other videos for more information on this, but it's a big topic. But you can check out more on this bottom left hand here. Free symptom measure tool. Measure the cell nutritional status of your body. Again, if you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe.